What is up, McManusMMA fam? We have just finished UFC 324, Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett, and what an event it was. I will be breaking down every single fight from Justin Gaethje to Paddy Pimblett all the way to the very first early prelim, Ty Miller versus Adam Fugit. Let's start at the top. Honest to God, you want my honest opinion? Fight of the year contender, and it's the first fight of the year. That's how incredible this fight was. This was the Justin Gaethje of old. This was a Justin Gaethje masterclass. We all thought Paddy Pimblett was going to come out there and out-wrestle and out-hustle Justin Gaethje. The first round starts, and Justin Gaethje puts the hands on him immediately, knocking him down, I think, maybe once or twice. Once. I mean, it says there's only two knockdowns, but I swear to God he knocked him down more than that. He was putting the pressure on Paddy instantly. I think it was honestly a 10-8 round first round for Justin. I was really hoping Paddy Pimblett would really take advantage of his kicks. Justin, I was expecting him to come out with those low kicks, and he didn't. He didn't come out with those kicks at all. Paddy did, and Paddy also really tried to take advantage of Justin's holes in his game, but Justin patched all those holes immediately. The holes that I pointed out in my prediction video were that Justin has this high guard that's really great, but when he swings, he leaves himself open. His leg kicks are easy to grab. Fiziev did it, grabbed his leg kicks, or took advantage of them and went for a takedown. Paddy didn't go really. It says he did 5 takedown attempts, but those were really just clinches. I don't know. This was an absolute incredible fight. Even if you were hoping Paddy would win, as was I was hoping Paddy would win. Scousers don't get knocked out, and I was saying after the second round, Scousers don't get knocked out until they do, and he survived. I could not believe it. Justin Gaethje had him on the ropes for the first 2 rounds, and Paddy kind of brought it all back together during the third, and I think he won the third round. And then the fourth and fifth, Justin put it back on him. Paddy had his moments here and there where he would lay his hands on and get into a little bit of a flurry, but Justin would land just one, and it would change the tide of the entire fight. This was a Justin Gaethje masterclass. We all counted Justin Gaethje out, and we shouldn't have. This was an absolute masterclass. I mean, I'm so sorry to both of these guys, though. I'm so sorry. As much as I hate the villain of the lightweight division, Justin Gaethje, your time has come. The next fight, you're getting slimed out by Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria is sliming you out, bro. Ilia Topuria will be sliming you out, and I knew that was going to happen for Paddy if he won, but sorry. For whoever, Paddy, I think this might have been too far of a jump in competition for Paddy. If we really want to give him somebody next, I see either the winner of BSD versus Dan Hooker, or maybe if the UFC is really pushing Paddy Pimblett, then the winner or the loser of Oliveira Holloway. But I can't see that going well for him. I think Max Holloway smashes Paddy Pimblett. I think Oliveira beats Paddy Pimblett. I think I'm leaning more towards BSD Dan Hooker winner takes Paddy Pimblett. I know that if BSD wins, he'll be calling for a title shot, but I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. Ilya's going to beat Justin and then immediately vacate and go to welterweight to fight Islam. As much as we all want to see him fight Sarukian, I don't think Ilya's going to do that. I think Ilya is too lame, too pussy to do that. So I think what's next for Justin Gaethje is Ilia Topuria, and he's going to get slimed out. He's going to get jugged. He's going to get killed in that fight. And what's next for Paddy Pimblett? I think next weekend we see who wins over BSD and Dan Hooker, and I think he takes the winner of that. If the UFC wants to push him. If not, then give him the loser of that fight, honestly, if they want him to fight down and want him to build back up. But I got to give it to Paddy. He had heart throughout this entire fight. He stayed in it. He faced adversity, and he faced the highlight, Justin Gaethje. There were plenty of moments during this fight where I really thought Justin Gaethje was about to knock Paddy Pimblett out cold. And Paddy stood tall. What a fight this was. Fight of the year contender already. Yes, I'm calling it fight of the year contender already. We've only had, however many fights were on this card, 11, I think. But this was an absolute incredible fight. But we got to move on. Co-main event, Song Yadong versus Sean O'Malley. Yes, I think Sean O'Malley won this fight by decision. I predicted that he would win by decision. I think Sean O'Malley kind of narrowly won the first round. I think the first round was very close. I can see a score for either or. Second round, I think Song Yadong won that. Song Yadong really took advantage of the takedowns and the wrestling and the grappling, which I really did not expect. I probably should have after the last two Merab fights against O'Malley, but um, O'Malley found his jab a lot later than I thought he would find it. And third round, he really put on the gas, and I think he dominated the third round. He had a really big resurgence in the third round, and I think took it home. But this was a way, way closer fight than I would have thought it would be. Song Yadong really got in the pocket a lot easier and a lot quicker than I thought he would, and landed some really good strikes on O'Malley. Also, just taking advantage of the grappling and the clinch. I think Yadong did a really good job. O'Malley did recover and made it to the third round. I don't think there was a single moment where I thought O'Malley was in trouble or Yadong. I was expecting Sean O'Malley to find that cut on Yadong's chin that Sandhagen opened up and open that scar or that cut right back up. But he did in the third round. Barely, not really. He got the knee up the middle. That really, I don't know if it really hurt him, but it hurt him. And yeah, O'Malley found his footing in the third round and took the decision, which I'm happy for O'Malley to bounce back. I think Yadong will be back. What's next for O'Malley? I think that the next up, I think we do Merab Yan 3. I think that's the fight to make. And I think O'Malley takes the winner of that if we really want to be that needy. We'll talk about the other guy who should be fighting for the title a little bit later. But yeah, I think he either gets a title shot because I know the UFC and I know Dana White. They're going to pedal and push this O'Malley narrative. I don't think O'Malley beats Merab. And if we do another Yan fight, I think it'll be really close. Excuse me, I've got a yawn. I'm so sleepy. But yeah, I what's next for Yadong? Whew, that's tough. That's really tough. I don't want to see another Sandhagen fight. I think he could do Figgy. If we put Umar on the back pedal again for O'Malley, then I could see Umar taking a tune-up fight against Yadong. That's what I can see. I don't know what else they would really do for him. I don't see a Peyton Talbot fight or something like that, another guy that's up and coming. I don't see that happening. I mean, I could be surprised, though. The UFC is pushing a lot of these guys a lot, so we will see. This was a solid fight. This was a way more technical, slower fight than I thought it would be. We got to move on, though, to the biggest piece of shit fight in the history of the world. Derek Lewis brought back old Derek Lewis. 44, that cannot be correct. 44 significant strikes, that cannot be correct. We were watching this fight, and there was like 10 total strikes thrown, total. Derek Lewis went back to his old ways, which is he faces any adversity, he slips on a banana peel, and he gives up. He gave up in the second round. He slips after a kick, it looked like. He took like a jab. It didn't look like it hurt him or wobbled him. And he slipped, and he fell on his ass, and he just decided that he was done fighting. And that sucks. Because as you guys know, I absolutely hate Waldo Cortez Acosta. I hate this guy a lot. I really do hate this guy. I think this guy's a douchebag. I think this guy sucks. I think if he fights for a title, he loses. Yeah, I was very disappointed in Derek Lewis just giving up. They were both extremely cautious, as they should be, because both these guys have ridiculous power. So they were both extremely cautious when moving forward. It was very prevalent with Derek. Derek really did not want to get in a brawl with this guy at all. Waldo kind of had Derek on the back burner the entire fight, but then he landed a couple good strikes here and there. Derek was throwing these kicks that, were surprising. He's extremely athletic for 40 years old and 930 pounds or however heavy he is. But, yeah, Derek just gave up. This was a bullshit fight. The Waldo fans are going to be jumping around, eating dirt and poop like they do. And then Derek fans, as me and all the other Chad Alpha Beast Mode badasses, We'll just be looking for him to announce his next fight on the White House, where he goes, I'm gonna fight, you know, Tai Tuivasa after he gets slimed out by Talison Teixeira next weekend. He's gonna fight down and he's gonna knock some schmo out, and he's gonna take his pants off and dance, and Trump's gonna go, "What a great guy, Derek Lewis! I love this guy, Derek Lewis. What a great fighter he is. Wow, he did a great job." Yeah, this was bullshit. What's next for each of these guys? I think Waldo Cortez Acosta. Um, he either fights like an Alexander Volkov for the number one contender spot. If Tom Aspinall really is out and we're not going to get that rematch between him and Cyril Gane anytime soon and Pereira moves up, yeah, I think he fights Alexander Volkov. I think that would be the next fight to make for him. For Derek Lewis, again, he's going to fight down. He's going to fight, Tai Tuivasa if he gets slimed out by Talison Teixeira next weekend. He's going to fight like way down. He's going to wait till the White House. Trump's going to call, "Gotta go in the White House, Derek. I love you. You love to shake your butt and show your penis. That's awesome." And he's going to fight on the White House. And he's going to fight way down. I can see like a Tai Tuivasa or like an Ante Delija or something like that. That's what I see next. Moving on. What a robbery this fight was. What a robbery. Natalia Silva dominates the third round. Rose Namajunas wins the first and second round, in my opinion. I know that these numbers are crazy, and you might be thinking that I'm like, you know, uh, what's Greg Heffley's dad's name? Yeah, whatever. I'm like Mr. Heffley right now. I know that door had a lock on it. I know Natalia Silva lost the first two rounds. I know it. Um, yeah, I'm honestly shocked, man. I'm really shocked that Natalia Silva won this fight. She was going in heavily favored. I had her winning this fight by decision. She did. I at least thought this would be a split decision. But for some reason, this was not a split decision. This was a unanimous decision? I'm so confused. Rose put up a way better fight than I thought she was going to do. She fought at range way better and then was able to take the grappling and the takedowns a lot better and scrambled way better. I thought Rose won this fight. I really did think Rose won this fight, and I had Natalia winning this. So I was extremely shocked to see Natalia win this. It's obvious that they're pushing her to fight Shevchenko next, which we will all be sleeping through a Shevchenko fight. Fuck Valentina Shevchenko, worst fucking champion of all fucking time. But she is so dominant. She is so good. Yeah, bro, she's going to land top of Natalia Silva for 5 rounds, and they're going to go, she wins again. Wow. You know, what a masterclass by Shevchenko. I thought Rose won this fight. This was a robbery. I don't know what else to say. This was an absolute robbery. Natalia Silva's going to fight Valentina Shevchenko next. It's going to be a bullshit gay-ass fight that nobody's going to give a fuck about. They're going to put it... They should honestly put it on the fucking early prelims of a fight night at the Apex. It's the only way you'll get people to watch this fight. Rose Namajunas, I don't know what else is for Rose Namajunas at this point. I really don't. I thought she won this fight. After the third round, I wrote down Rose Namajunas fights for title next, question mark. And now she doesn't. So I'm so confused on what they're going to do with Rose next. I really did think she won this fight. I really did. I'm sorry that she didn't. I thought she won it. Robbery. Next. Moving on. Arnold Allen versus John Silva. I had John Silva winning this fight by knockout. He brings it to decision. This was a competitive fight. Way more competitive than I thought it was going to be. Yes, John kind of dominated in the third, second round. At the end of the first round, he had this great flurry that everybody in my apartment was standing up going, "Oh my God, Arnold Allen is cooked. He's done." But Arnold stood his ground. Arnold Allen stood his ground. Fought really well. Really, really well. John Silva, this guy, bro, he's always doing too much. Immediately after, he's crying on Arnold Allen. "You do so good. You do such a good job. You are such good fighter. Everybody give it up for this guy. I cry on the belt. I'm on shrooms right now, everybody." Come on, man. Knock this bullshit off. Knock this bullshit off. Yeah, man. John Silva wins by unanimous decision. Third round, he dominated. He brings Arnold Allen down and then stands on his back and walks over him. I thought that was disrespectful as all hell. The showmanship, hey, it got the crowd going crazy. Yeah, I think John Silva was way more conservative than I thought he was really going to be. It looked like Arnold Allen was he was a tough opponent. What's next for John Silva and Arnold Allen? I think Arnold Allen is going to be on another break maybe, unless he decides that he wants to fight again. I don't know what's next for John Silva in the featherweight division. Excuse me, I got to yawn again. Ooh, it's late. Ugh. Excuse me. I was thinking about, next week's fights. Um, yeah, I don't know what's next for John Silva. I know he wants to be the replacement backup for Lopez Volk next. If the UFC is still pushing for this John Silva narrative, you know, if whatever happens next weekend, I think decides a lot of it, as well as I know that it's rumored right now, it hasn't been officially announced, but Mobzar versus Lerone Murphy. If they really want him to fight that far up, whoever loses next weekend's title fight, if Volk loses, I do solemnly swear that I think he's going to retire. But if he wins, I think they might give him a rematch with Lopez, which I don't want to fucking see another fucking Lopez rematch. Come on, man. No more of that bullshit. I don't I can't hey, maybe I'll talk about it later, but at this point I really don't know what they're going to do next. The UFC is so bullshit with how they decide these things. So I can see them giving him, the loser of Lerone Murphy versus Mobzar, the loser of Lopez versus Volk. But if Volk retires, then dude, there's only a couple guys like I don't know, man. I really don't know. Arnold Allen, I look forward to what's next for him. He fought well. He really did. I think he can still fight at this level. We'll just have to see. Moving on to the prelims. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Deiveson Figueiredo. This was a boring ass, sleepy ass fight, bro. 103 total strikes by Umar. Yes, bro. 100 of these strikes were him laying on top of him, pitter-patting on the head. Yes, Umar wrestle-fucked Figgy. For the first round and a half or so, Umar was trying to stand with him, but Figgy just did not do... He didn't land a single significant strike in the first round. Yes, I know Figgy missed weight, and he looked bad. He looked really bad at the weigh-ins. I was like, oh, God, really? He's done, man. He's done. And once Umar got a takedown on him... Hey, I'll say this. Figgy defended the takedowns really well for the most part. I think he fought way better than Mario Batista did. But Figgy did not fight as well as we all thought he would. It looked like he had a really rough weight cut. I hope the UFC does something about that because it looked rough, man. It looked rough as hell. And yeah, Umar did what Umar does, which is just wrestle fuck people. And if they really want to give him a title shot next, which I'm sorry, we all want to see Merab versus Yan 3. I think that's the fight to make. But if Umar wants a tune-up fight, then fight Yadong or fight O'Malley. But O'Malley wants Sandhagen wants O'Malley. I want to see Sandhagen O'Malley. I think that would be an amazing fight. I don't know, man. I don't know what's next for Figgy. I think he's going to fight way down again. He's going to fight another bum like he did. Whatever that guy's name he fought before, that guy fucking sucked. So I'm interested to see what happens next for these guys. Yeah, this was a sleepy ass fight. Speaking of, bro, what the absolute fuck was this fight, man? This was not the fight I expected Atiba Gaethje to get quote unquote fraud checked or like have his moment where everybody goes, oh shit, Atiba Gaethje actually fucking sucks. Wait, Atiba Gaethje actually fucking sucks? Atiba Gaethje, the first strike he lands on Andre Puliev puts him on his ass. The main problem with this fight is Atiba Gaethje had zero urgency. That was what I thought. Zero urgency. He puts him on his ass multiple times and never once chased it. Not a single time did he go, I have to chase this. I have to finish this fight. He had zero urgency. He was constantly... The best way I can describe this fight was welcome back DDP versus Sean Strickland 2. Atiba Gaethje was just hands up, just marching towards him. Andre Puliev had the jab. I honestly thought Andre Puliev could have won this by split decision. I know the knockdown scored this way heavier for Atiba Gaethje, but let's be real here. Andre Puliev fought a way better fight than every single human on planet Earth thought he was going to fight. I said, quote, Andre Puliev, your time has come, buddy. You're getting knocked out in the first fucking round, buddy. Your time has come. He almost gets knocked out in the first round. I had this in my parlay. Thanks a lot, Atiba Gaethje. Whenever you sell my parlay, congrats, buddy. I'm rooting on your downfall for the rest of your life, buddy. Yeah, this was not the fight I expected Atiba Gaethje to get, tuned up or like fraud checked, and I'm not gonna. I hate using that word, but fraud checked, really. Um, yeah, man, I don't know. Atiba Gaethje had zero urgency, absolute zero urgency this entire fight. That was my main complaint. Zero urgency, just walking on the back foot the entire time. Very little was he like. He should have chased when he knocked him down. He was landing these extremely heavy strikes. He should have pulled up into the pocket and thrown, but he just refused to. I'm so confused why he did not do that. Extremely disappointing. Extremely, not an exciting fight. I had a buddy over who had never seen Gaethje fight, and I said, dude, this guy is going to slime him out in the first round. Gaethje is the real deal. This was Malcolm Wellmaker versus Ethan Ewing, too. This was DDP versus Strickland, too. This was just like a lame-ass, tune-up fight. And if you look at these numbers, it should have been Pulev to maybe win a split decision. But I can understand the knockdown score at higher for Gaethje. Pulev was wearing the damage a lot more. I just don't know, man. I don't know. This was rough. Speaking of rough, bro, how terrible is Paul Craig, and how good is Nikita Krylov? How terrible is Modestas Bukauskas? I'm so confused. I had Bukauskas winning this fight by knockout. Nikita Krylov, we were all counting him out. I said this guy is washed. He's on a 2-fight losing streak, 2-fight KO losing streak, mind you. He looked terrible in his last 2 fights. This fight starts, and Bukauskas he's landing these heavy strikes, and Krylov's just not moving. He's not moving at all. And I was sitting there looking around going, uh-oh, what's happening, man? What's happening? What's happening? I don't like the look of this, not one bit. And what do you know? Yeah, man, Modestas Bukauskas was throwing everything he had. He really was. He was throwing everything he had, and this was not the Nikita Krylov that we know. This was a different man. He was throwing, and right in that third round, right at the end of the third round, you can see the number, round 3, 4 minutes, 57 seconds, bombs him with a counter right, I think, and puts him down, chases it. Bukauskas switches to his back, flattens out, and just gets hit a couple times. Out. Done. Not an early stoppage at all. Not an early stoppage at all. Wow. Nikita Krylov is back, I guess. Modestas Bukauskas. How shit is Paul Craig? How shit is Paul Craig at this point? How shit is Modestas Bukauskas? How good is Nikita Krylov? Oh my god, I couldn't believe this. We were going crazy. This was wild. Competitive first 2 rounds, not really. Krylov was kind of dominating those first 2 rounds. So, this was a close fight. I really thought Bukauskas was going to get this done. He did not. So, moving on. Charles Johnson. Look at these numbers, man. 8 strikes you landed. Bro, he had his hands down this entire fight. This entire fight he has his hands down. And he just refuses to counter shot. This is the guy who knocked out Loner Kavanaugh. This is the guy who knocked out Joshua Van, the GOAT, Joshua Van. This is the guy. And he fought like shit. Alex Perez, who I was counting out, who said, Asu Samabayev beat you, little bro. You lost. You've lost too many fights. I got to take a swig of water. I'm going to edit it out, though. Don't worry. But Alex Perez puts the beating on him early, and Johnson did not recover the rest of the fight. Did not recover, not one bit. I'm thinking of Charles Johnson's haircut. Makes me sick. God damn. Excuse me, I'm going to edit that out. Yeah, man. Charles Johnson just did not recover at all during this fight. Just Perez had the pressure on the entire fight, lands this nasty strike, puts him down. Ref flies in, calls it. Charles Johnson gave us our favorite moment of the night where he was scrambling, trying to continue the fight and clinch onto Alex Perez's legs. But actually, in reality, he was just a really helpful friend and was lifting him over so he could celebrate. Yeah. People forget, man. Charles Johnson was winning this fight with his 8 total significant strikes before he got slimed out, man. People forget. I don't know what's next for both these guys. Charles Johnson, they're going to feed him another up-and-comer in the flyweight division, and he's going to, knock him out with one punch. Alex Perez, I can see him. Damn, bro. I don't know who they'd give him at this point. Maybe I'll make a video, maybe tomorrow or the next day, going through this entire card and giving who I think's gonna fight next. Um, Matter of fact, yeah, I am. Look out for that. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm gonna do a what's the fights to make next after UFC 324. I'll have my definitive thing there, but for right now, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. There's too many people that are booked right now that I'm thinking of that I would like to see fight, but they're already booked. So we'll just have to see. Alex Perez, I got beat. You got dominated. You got dominated. Um, Moving on to the early prelims. Look at these canceled fights, bro. Look at these canceled fights. Before we get there, we got to talk about the GOAT, Josh Hokett. Bedtime MMA picking Denzel Freeman, aging like fine wine. Look at those total strikes, my friend. Aging like fine wine. What the actual fuck was Denzel Freeman doing this entire fight? I'm telling you, they're going to cut him from the UFC. Mark my words right now, he's cut. He's cut. He looked like dog shit in this fight. Josh Hokett just beat the shit out of him, threw him around like a rag doll, and then gave the greatest post-fight interview I've ever heard in my entire life, saying, yeah, you know, my fellow N-words, crazy, and then drops the greatest one-liner, P.S. Brittany Griner is a man. Holy. I'm clapping right now. I'm clapping. Wow. Yeah, Denzel Freeman, you're cut from the UFC, my friend. Josh Hokett, you're the GOAT, bro. Josh Hokett is officially the GOAT. Denzel Freeman is officially the greatest bum in the UFC. I cannot wait to see what Josh Hokett has next. I can't wait to see him slime some, you know what, fuck it. Give him Waldo Cortez Acosta. Give him Cortez Acosta. Have him slime out Salsa Boy. You know, take his cup out and rub it all over his face as he's slimed out on the floor, you know, breathing heavy on the floor. And then have him go. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came my hands and knocked this pussy out. P.S. I'm Dominican, papi. That would be, dude. Tell me I'm not wrong that would be the greatest thing you've ever seen in your entire life. Tell me that would be the greatest storyline in history where Josh Hokett fights for the title, wins. He's the GOAT. I'm all on board Josh Hokett right now. I'm all on board. This dude just continues to impress me. Absolute dominant performance. Then again, Denzel Freeman's a fucking bum, bro. Sorry, Marine. Sorry, Marine. Sorry, Marine. I have respect to the Marines, the armed forces, and the United States military, but you, my friend, are a bum. Ty Miller. Look at these early prelims and these prelims. Round one. All these KOs. Didn't make it out of the first round, man. Slimes Adam Fugit out right at the last second. Ty Miller was just putting belt to ass this entire fight. Looked great. He was taking some heavy shots, but was able to recover and really just put the pressure on, man. He looked great. I had Ty Miller winning this fight by decision. Doesn't do it. Wins by KO, TKO. Way to go, my friend. What a performance, Adam Fugit. Hey, Fugit, buddy. We're giving you Suzerkaev again. We're giving you another bum. I don't know, man. I don't know. This was a great fight. Hey, congrats to Ty Miller. I want to talk about these canceled fights first. Cameron Smotherland passes out off the scale. Bro, sorry, buddy. The Michael Bisping video, please look that up. It's absolutely hysterical. I was looking forward to this. I had Cameron Smotherland winning. Sorry. This, though. Alexander Hernandez versus Michael Johnson. I had Alexander Hernandez winning. And betting scandal already beginning of 2026. The big 2026, we already have a betting scandal. Interesting. Anyways, Justin Gaethje Masterclass. Maybe he broke his hand. Maybe he didn't. We'll see. McManusMMA fam, look out for a new video tomorrow evening, tomorrow afternoon. I'll post a video going over every fight to make after these incredible card. Not incredible, but it was pretty damn good. It was a pretty damn good card. Congrats to Justin Gaethje. You're getting killed by Ilia Topuria next. McManusMMA fam, I'll see you at the top. God bless!